what it do? Here we are finally back in X-Plane. Been struggling to get this thing working all day, man. I put some Skunk Cracks updater stuff and some liveries for another route that I was planning to do, and it just wouldn't work it out. So finally here we are. This was supposed to happen way earlier, so X-Plane has been on the run for me, man. Welcome back to the channel, man. I'm your boy Dre. Capital G, capital O, capital D. Thank you for blessing me with another day. Big up to my lovely wife and kids, of course, and you guys out there. So, man, finally made it back into X-Plane 12. Right now, we've got UPS operations scheduled from Oakland to Ontario. However, don't forget, we still have our career that we have in Hawaii. So from there, that's where we're going to embark on the next long haul. I just don't have time to do that long haul right now, so we're going to do some other flying around here in the CONUS, United States, and figure out what is crack-a-lackin', man. So, man, it feels good to be back in X-Plane 12. It's just been elusive, man. D-Champ's in the house as usual, man. Big up to you, my G. Hope you are doing well, D-Champ, of course. And we're on VATSIM. We just got a pre-departure clearance, so let's check it out. UPS depart K-Oak at flight level 330, transponder 3350, route the K-Oak 5, or Oakland, Cinderella 5, KX, Lawson, Shafter, Ziggy 7, into Ontario, climb via set expect 33010 minutes. After departure, plan runway 30, ATC may change time. Nice. Champ says yes sir. Let's go ahead and jump on board here. And like I said, it has been a hot minute, so you guys know the first and foremost thing that we need to do, or doing anything else here, is come right here to the ground operations, guys, and we are going to perform some maintenance. So that's the first thing that you want to do. So maintenance gets successfully performed. Then of course we want to get the GPU here, the fuel truck, stairs, chocks, and the loader unit. And before we get the music off and start getting down to business, let's open up the cargo holds, if you will, and get ready to crack. Green lights in the house. Big up with you, green man. Good to see you, my G. Alright, so all of that is open, and we can come back to ground now, and let's just go ahead and load this thing up while it's off. And then we will cut the music off and start getting professional with what we need to do. Okay, we are going to be flying for about an hour and 1 minute. Takeoff weight estimated is 319,438 pounds. We need 28,548 pounds. The payload is 96 to 90. So let's make this happen. We're looking for also the gross takeoff weight to be 319,438. So let's go with 10 pallets. Let's see where that gets us. Center of gravity is not looking good. Let's see. Gross weight, 0 fuel weight. Gross weight is 33,200. Yeah, that's too much. So let's try for, let's go 8 pallets here. 312. That's getting close to it. Fuel weight, we need less than that. It's 28,548. 28,548. Enter that. And let's see. Gross weight now is 310,948. That's good. I think we can plan on leaving that. Maybe we can even up this maybe to 9. 320. 320,748. So let's take this down by 2,000. Make this 4,000. There we go. 318,748. That's still better than the estimated takeoff weight there. So 9 pallets. Here's the, let's optimize the center of gravity. This is how it's optimized. Center of gravity is 20. Gross weight is 318,748. So that's what I like. Estimated takeoff weight is 319. So we're under that from the flight plan. Let's go ahead and loading the plane. So we can let that continue, guys. And now let's go ahead and shut the music off here. And we'll see if we do a second leg. I'm just amazed that we were able to get this X-plane up, man. It was tripping. I was like, oh, I'm about to start having problems with X-plane. Like, here we go. Here we go. Anyway, enough of my problems, man. Hope you guys have all been well. Let's get all that good stuff tied there and get the external power on. I'm personally going to get the generators on now because I always forget. And AP generator, even though it's not on per se, it will most certainly be able to be connected when we need to. And it looks like we've got some fuel jumping in there, so that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and get our position lights on, of course. We'll do logo lights in case anybody is flying in the evening. I've got the time set earlier, of course, and we need to go ahead and also arm the emergency lights there. Let's come down here to the MCDU or FMC and do our position initialization here in Oakland for our trip to Ontario here, guys. Something simple right now for the first go around. Got to make sure my X-plane acts right. So now we've got that in the alignment process, and let's go get our radios on and tuned in to appropriate frequencies, and I will most certainly check you guys out now. Tire firefighters in the house as well, man. Big up with you, retired firefighter. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for checking in, as well as James Johnson says he is here. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's look at the let's see here. Oakland, we do have some ATIS, so it's 33775. So let's get that 33775. Oh yeah. And we need to turn this one on too. I believe it's this one here. I was incorrect.
Fuel clouds at 8,000.
Let's get this ATIS here.
5,000 scattered. Temperature 17. 2.11. Altimeter 2988.
2988.
ILS and visual approach runway 30 and 28er. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Oscar.
Okay, Oscar, let's listen to it again. We got 2988.
Oakland International Airport ATIS information, Oscar. 0153 Zulu. Wind 280 at 13. Visibility 10. Fuel clouds at 1,200. Fuel clouds at 8,000. 5,000 scattered. Temperature 17. 2.11. Altimeter 2988. ILS and visual approach runway 30 and 28er. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Oscar.
Okay, we got Oscar for sure. Let's also, you guys know I like to be pretty, well, let's do something here before we get the rest of the weather as far as written METARs by way of VATSIM. Let's put in our transponder code of 3350 so we're not forgetting about that. Okay, 3350, perfect. Planning runway 30 for departure, and climb via SID, which is the Cinderella 5. So let's go ahead and pull that up, man. Then we can go back and get the weather and put the altimeter in. We need to take a look at the Cinderella 5 and see exactly mundo. You guys like that? What it's saying? Okay, of course, we're here at the cargo ramp and we're planning runway 30, so it'll be a taxi probably down Bravo and then Whiskey 1 for an easy departure out on 30, and then we are departing on the I've been calling it the Cinderella 5, but maybe it's the Cindel 5. Top altitude is 10,000. 10,000 is already in there. Departing runway 30, we'll be climbing out on a heading of 296. So we can easily decide to just put this here for 296. 296, gonna come right here. Let's get this off for a split second here and get those flight directors on. And let's see, we still got alignment. This crackalakin. Let's just go up top, make sure we have everything in a line, and we did put our position in there. So yes, it's continuing to align. Let's see, it used to give us some time to alignment on here. Fail. We'll just continue to believe that it is doing that alignment here. We're gonna come here. This is again the S aircraft. You got to come down here, and this is where you get the all the controls for some of the stuff on your primary flight display. And it's 2988, I believe, was the rusty dusty altimeter. Yep, 2988. We also got to come over and do the same thing on the first officer side here. Alright, 2988 is in there, and we also want to bring this and do it in the standby as well. 2988, perfect. Now that that is complete, let's make sure this top portion here is done. Let's come back here and take a look at our runway length. 10,520 feet, and we're a heavy, of course, so I am going to depart flaps 15 today, just to be on the safe side. So let's get right into the route, and we are headed to Ontario. I don't have any, I've got ortho for California, of course, but I don't have any special scenery for Ontario, so let's hopefully X-Plane Gateway is going to make it the very good one for us. Alright, so we're, maybe it's the candle. I've been saying Cinderella, but it's probably the candle. KX or KX is the transition. Not quite sure if I've ever flown that transition, but we're about to do it today, man. And we'll activate that. And boom. Let's go next page here. KX, and after KX, Spawning is in the house. Big up with you, Spawning, man. Good to see you, my G. After KX, we're going to look for Lashin. Alright, Lashin's up in that bad boy. Then we go Shafter. I am familiar with this VR. And then it'll be the Ziggy 7. And let's double check the weather now. Let's get both METARs up in that bad boy. And we'll get Oakland up in here because we are true professionals. And let's get Ontario in here now. Ontario's in here, 260, 10 knots, so I believe, you know, Ontario's pretty standard. That, I think that's going to be like a 26 left landing or something like that. Don't give me the line. Let's check it out here. Alright. This is, in fact, a real route. The only difference is, if we do another leg, I believe we'll do like, you know, doggone Ontario to Salt Lake or something like that. We'll see. But so FedEx and UPS both fly this route. However, FedEx flies the 767-300. What I've seen on FlightAware is that UPS actually flies the MD-11 for this route. But then the next route that I saw, they do fly a 767-300 Foxtrot. So more than enough runway here at 10,200, so we'll be planning for runway 26 left. And the arrival, of course, is the Ziggy 7, because we about to get Ziggy with it. And let's see, it should have a Shafter transition. Where's Shafter at? Heck. Okay, here's Shafter up here. So we'll come down, and for concessions for runway 26 left, Ontario, 26 left, 26 right from Ziggy, direct to southbound NDB, or on the Paradise radial, and that's the Paradise VOR radial 030. to the SB. Wow, this is given NDBs and then vectors for ILS. So that's why we will just fly this and plan for 2-6 left. So doing that, Ziggy, and then look, it's got you doing these NDBs right here from Ziggy. See that? So from Ziggy, then it brings you, this is an NDB. And green, we were talking about that once. Not many folks fly the NDBs, but here it is. Even though it'll be on our, it'll give us our routing for our arrival, regardless of the NDB, it's going to come on the GPS. But this would be one of those things where you'd have to program in your stuff so you could fly towards the NDB, which is this. So not many folks are used to looking at NDBs in this format and what this is. So that's a non-directional beacon, actually, is what it is. So it's not as accurate as a VOR. Basically, it doesn't give you the distance measuring. It just says, hey, basically I'm this way. But we'll be flying it also using our FMC, so we'll be fine. So this is actually kind of a good thing for me to do, because I rarely use NDBs either. You know, you just don't need them that much. And then here on the approach, we're gonna do ILS 2-6 left. And you can see here's that NDB, so that is the initial approach fix. So that's going to be easy to pick in our arrival. So let's come here now, and we'll hit execute on that so far. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Now we can go to departure. Actually, we got to go to index, arrival, and we did say Ziggy 7. Shafter transition, ILS 2-6, and see this Pettis, that should be the actual NDB. See, it's named Pettis. Here it is here, which that's the fix name, but it's the fix is associated with an NDB so that it can be put in there, because this FMC doesn't take MDB, so it also has a name, which is Pettis. And that's it. So we'll be transitioning there. Back to the route. Execute that. Let's look at legs now. Lashen, then right into Shafter, VOR. This brings us on to the Ziggy 7, and we take it all the way down. Ziggy, here's Pettis, here's that transition, and then we get it in. Big up HD Simulation, man. Thanks for checking in, you guys, and don't forget HD is a content creator. Been doing big things. Sorry, HD, I've been kind of missing your streams, but definitely not intentionally there. So there we go, guys. Looks like we have a pretty solid route there. Paradise looks like that's the missed approach there, where we hold in a right pattern. So that's what we'll do in case we have to go missed for whatever reason for runway 26 left. Initial ref. Oh yeah, HD, I know, but still, you know, it needs to be said, my G. It needs to be said. All right. Sim brief data. Let's go ahead and look at what our reserves is here. Reserves, according to the flight plan, man, is 12,000. So I'm going to put 11 here for the reserves. And our cruising altitude is flight level 330, since we mainly have an eastern heading. Cost index is 75 or 75. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go right to the takeoff. I am deciding to take off flaps 15 just to ensure happiness can be met. The outside temperature it's 17 degrees Celsius. We got that from our METAR. Let's also re-verify that again. It actually says now it's 16 degrees out per the VATSIM weather, which really we should be adhering to. And altimeter is 29er, 89er now. So let's go 16 because we want to be accurate here. And we will pop in the center of gravity, which is 19%, which gives us a trims of 4.3. And here's our V speeds. I like those V speeds. Gives us plenty of time to rotate there, guys. So that's what we're cracking at flaps 15. So let's not forget that when we get this bad boy up and running. And I believe we're already loaded up. Of course, the cargo comes in, and then it disappears.
Unable to find view ID 10.
So let's come here now that we are fully aligned, guys, and get this tablet out and just double check that the plane is in fact loaded. Plane is loaded. So we should be verifying our fuel of 28,584, which is 28.5 right there. Looking good. At this point, we can go ahead and close all. And as we come here for the ground, we can get rid of the loader unit, the fuel truck, and we'll get rid of the stairs and the chocks for the time being and just leave the GPU. And let's get on some common frequencies. Let's see. We've got NorCal approach on and Oakland Center. So we'll do 3395. Get that going there, 3395, and we will leave this here. So we'll do another basically check here as we start our engines. Now we can look here. Let's go ahead and plan our pushback here. And we're just literally just going to get pushed. Pretty much we'll just come get pushed straight back here. Nothing fancy, because I know some of these cargo planes, these things like to be too heavy for the tug. I actually saw a video recently with a tug that was trying to push a cargo plane back. It was a 777, and the tug, they blamed it on the either the anti-icing fluid or some type of fluid, but the thing could not push that thing back. Alright y'all, let's go ahead and get the APU on. Turn that fuel pump on.
2062, heavy contact, Oakland Center, now 132.2.
Auto manual. And the landing.
UPS 2062, heavy, thanks, connect.
Elevation in Ontario for runway 26 left is. Where's the elevation at? 926. Okay, we'll pressurize down to 930.
66 Mike, radar contact altitude.
APU should be good to go. Let's go ahead and get our little displays on here. Okay, APU's up at 100%. So now we can most certainly get rid of the ground power. And we're going to get the bleeds open. Don't forget this isolation valve that we're opening will actually stay open for the duration of the flight. And now we've got some good pressure there. Let's get everything here on now. And we'll start giving things presses here. Let's get our fuel pumps on. There is no gas in the fuel tank. We'll do engine start on both here. And let's get
Mike,
this cracking on here. And window heat is electric, so we can get that on as well. Boom, boom, boom.
The most direct route
and
much appreciated for
let's call them go to pushback.
Mike, turn right heading 360 vectors for 4.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Alright, tow is driving up. We're going to do lateral and virtual vertical navigation here. And there's another thing that we have to do. Even though the V speeds have been confirmed in here, 36, it looks like 36, 40, 48. We still have to put it in here. So we are going to do our takeoff and do the first one is 36 for V1. So 136 for V1. Going to click the top to set it. For V2 or V rotate, it's 140. Going to set that. And then for our V2 climb out, it's 148. So we're going to set that now. Bye, well, that's up in there.
Okay.
Can't miss
all
that.
Doors and hatches are closed.
And TCAS is on standby. Let's go ahead and get the TCAS TARA. That part is good.
Climb maintain 10,000.
And trims are 4-3.
66 Mike, just expect 10,000 be your final altitude. Alright, we'll expect 10,000 for the final one.
Okay, we got 4-3 there on the trims. Looking good. Let's go ahead and get our red beacon on there. And so far, looking good here. Standby power's on, generator's on. Up top's looking good. We'll get our packs on here naturally once we start the engines. And we are doing good, man.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Alright. Release the parking brake, he says. Okay, we're ready to go. So parking brake is being released. Let's go out here and shift 2.
And you may start engine.
Take a look at the old rusty dusty pushback while I check you guys out here. Alright, let's see. Oh cool, Salmon, you could do pilot vlogs like 310. Oh yeah, Premiere One Driver, Steve One Knievel. Yeah, I watched them too, man. Those guys are really good, man. Alright, so we are gonna have engine start here. We promised that I promised you guys we'd listen to the ATIS one more time, which would be the last thing we do.
0253 Zulu. Web 290 at 10. Visibility 10.
120. Well, yeah, so this is a different
Few clouds at
obvious
1,200. Few clouds at 8,000. Ceiling 25,000 broken. Temperature 16.
Yep, 16.
2.11. Altimeter 2989er. ILS and
calling our
visual
part.
approach runway 30 and 28er. Advise on initial contact.
Okay,
You
so
have information, Papa.
So Papa's current.
Pro Oakland International Airport ATIS information, Papa. 0253 Zulu.
Papa is current and Papa don't preach. And this other side here, let's double check the frequency for Oakland Center's 32.2. Alright. And they gave us clearance to start, so we'll go ahead and start the right engine first. Calling out starting right engine. Get on our engine displays and we can see N2 is coming up.
Complete. Set parking brake.
Okay, parking brake is set.
Disconnecting
We're at
tow.
21, 23. It's time to throw some fuel in. Alright, as I was actually going to fly Alaska today, I found this beautiful livery for the Zebo. They had like some event going up in Alaska, so I was going to fly that for you guys earlier. And I put the Skunk Crafts updater in there, as well as a beautiful Toy Story 4 doggone livery in there, and it didn't work. So I think it's that livery that was causing it to be kind of messed up. So it was a bummer.
Rich 56.
Hey, what's a bummer, man? Alright, let's see. Engine, the right engine or engine number 2's up. Calling out starting left engine.
Expect quiet bridge visual runway 28 right approach. Bridge visual runway 28 right approach, and we do have information whiskey.
We've already got our generator connected here.
And signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Now, we could have turned the engine off and we could have got some hot air from the right engine, but we are going to continue to use the APU's bleed. Let's get that fuel running in there now.
66 Mike, proceed direct board.
Okay, engine's coming up.
66 Mike. 66 Mike, do you have a preference?
Once it comes up, we'll put it in the takeoff go-around. Let's go ahead and start selecting our flaps 15.
The ILS rate program 66 Mike.
And we have our traffic on our TCAS already. Weather should be pretty good for this leg here to Ontario. And while that engine continues to come all the way up, let's go ahead and look at what our proposed route might be. He could potentially give us Sierra, Tango Uniform, Whiskey. So we'll see what he gives here. All right. And we are all good to go here. So now what we can do is definitely turn the APU off since our generators are fully connected. Turn that bleed off. Close these isolations valve. Leave this one open. Get our engine bleeds on now. Turn our packs on. Trim air so that we keep the air equalized between all of the different zones in the aircraft.
At 753 NorCal approach, San Francisco altimeter 2988. Expect
Alright.
Quiet bridge visual, runway 28 right approach.
Okay, let's see what we got. We'll leave the APU generator. The APU is officially off. Yaw dampers on. All the hydraulics are on. Isolation valves are indeed closed, except this one on the 767. This is the reason why it has a dust cover or a protected cover, because once you turn it on, it's supposed to stay there. Landing elevation is set. Trim air and recirculation fans are most certainly on. No smoking and seat belts are on. And flaps are set to take off. We'll make sure they're indicating as well. And we are about to be ready to go. Parking brake is on. Now we can make sure we hit the takeoff go around, and we're ready to go here. NorCal departure, UPS 318 Heavy here at Oakland with information. Papa is ready to taxi.
UPS 318 Heavy NorCal departure, good evening. Runway 30 taxi via Bravo Whiskey, advised ready for takeoff.
Okay, taxi via Bravo Whiskey, will advise ready for takeoff, runway 30, UPS 318 Heavy. Alright, so you guys heard the man, we are good to go. Let's go ahead and do our flight controls check before we lose our minds here. Alright, and let me get the flight controls on for you wonderful folks. There we go. And now we can do our thing. Okay, pull up. We're also checking this here on the hydraulics.
Left approach, reduce
down.
speed 210.
Failure on left. Neutral. Failure on right. Neutral. Rudder right. And rudder left. Toe tap takes the brake off.
56, reduce speed 250.
Alright.
Retracing heavy.
We'll get the nose gear on. And all the runway turnouts, guys. APU is off. And let's get rid of the lower DU now. Lower DU is clear. And the MCP is all set up. Now for flaps 15, max speed needs to be 210, so we're gonna make this right at about 200, even though we're gonna be doing auto throttle. And let's get out of here. So we need to go right on Sierra, left on Bravo here. All right, welcome aboard, everybody.
Or 66 Mike, proceed direct symbol.
All right. Get my seat fixed up. I haven't actually flown this thing
Mike, proceed direct symbol. Charlie Yankee Mike Bravo Lima.
as of yet. Rudder pedals feel a little off. Might need to twist them. Taxiway is clear, and we need to go to the left.
Now at 7:53 at Archie, join the quiet bridge visual runway 28 left course, and report the bridges over the airport and say.
All right, enough of that madness. And we'll taxi now, and we'll do a left on Bravo. Straighten her up. That'll give me a chance to straighten my rudder pedals up here. Let's see what they're doing. They're a little twisted. Guess I switched controls, man. That feels a little better. Alright, y'all. Okay, flaps are set, trims are set. 4.3.
66 Mike, cross symbol at or above 5,300, cleared ILS runway 28 right approach.
No, Green, this is freeware.
Symbol at or
It's not
above
default.
5,300,
It's actually,
right approach.
it was Oakland freeware from the gateway, not gateway, but the forums, X-Plane forums, but it was an X-Plane 11 scenery, Green, but it works good for this one, so it's pretty good scenery here.
Uh, 202, turn left heading 110. Descend to maintain 4,000.
Captain Will's in the house, man. What's up with you, Captain Will? Don't mind us. Getting ready to depart Oakland. Man, even though I haven't been able to do an X-Plane stream in a while, man, it was nice to stay in DCS for a little bit. My man Greenlight was in DCS trying to fly a helicopter the other day. That was enjoyable. Had some good training last night with my G Money. We did a great, which was surprised because I was going to stream by myself, but so the first flight I did with the F-18 off the carrier, the second flight that I did, training flight last night, was with the F-16, and Money ended up putting a nice training mission together that we've flown before, but he took the lead as one, and doing big things, so... Yeah, and again, we're getting a nice little squad together for new joint task force in DCS where we fly with some of the same pilots all the time, so we're getting that together, and we'll be excited once we bring that all the way to fruition all the way, so that any of you interested DCS pilots that are at a certain level of training will be able to potentially apply and join one of the squadrons within the Joint Task Force. So that is going to be exciting, man. NorCal departure, UPS 318 heavy on Whiskey 1 holding short, runway 30 ready for departure.
UPS 318 heavy, runway 30 clear for takeoff.
Runway 30 clear for takeoff, UPS 318 heavy. Alright, y'all know what time it is. I ain't done this in a minute. I am rusty. Landing lights, strobes are on, and we are good to go. And final looks clear, and we'll double check, make sure the runway looks clear, and we'll get our clock started along with our auto throttles, and let's take this bad boy for a spin.
202, maintain 200 knots.
I totally meant to get this flight done, or started hours ago, but you guys know how when the simulator messes up, man, you got to keep messing with it to figure out why it will not load. I could not get past preparing the world for nothing. So I thought it was a Skunkcraft's updater, so because that was the last plugin that I put in, so I took it out, and then I was just thinking, all right, it might be the livery that I'm running, but it's kind of a bummer. That livery's so nice, so. But I don't think we can run it. All right, auto throttles. Clock is started.
202, clear visual approach runway 28 left, maintain 180 knots for 5 mile final.
180 knots clear for
takeoff power set. Don't forget, V rotate is 140. Both engines are putting out. Airspeed is alive. 80 knots.
United 753 traffic, 12 o'clock, 10 miles.
100 knots.
737, 904,000 descending, port site.
Coming up on 140. And rotate.
753, follow that traffic, maintain
Gears
180
coming up.
knots to 5
Pause
mile
the parade,
final.
of course.
Visual approach runway 28 left.
First stage flaps up.
Traffic, clear visual approach runway 28, that's for again 753.
Delta 7154, squawk 1756.
Alright, let's push her down. Pitch down for speed.
202, contact NorCal, or correction, contact San Francisco Tower 120.5.
120.5,
318 Heavy, radar contact, say altitude.
UPS 318 is 2,000, climbing via SID.
UPS 318 Heavy, thank you. Or 66 Mike, runway 28 right, clear to land.
Alright, so we are radar contact, picking up speed.
Delta 7154, squawk 1756.
Alright, flap should be up and clean, and we should be starting our turn here at any moment. So welcome aboard, everybody, to UPS 318 Heavy with service from Oakland to Ontario, man. It's a nice departure.
Checking in, flight level 225, sending via the Razor 5 arrival.
Getting ready to start our turn here in a second.
33 NorCal approach.
Got a little bit of traffic down here.
San Jose altimeter 2987. Expect ILS runway 30 left approach.
7, expect the ILS 30 left, $1.33.
Reach 56, that's bridge set.
Reach 56 Heavy, cleared Quiet Bridge visual, runway 28 right approach.
Clear, quiet bridge visual, runway 28 right approach, reach 56 Heavy.
Alright guys, we got our turn going.
7154.
7154, squawk 1756.
We are in the climb power.
Squawk code 179, climb maintain, flight level
Feels good to be back in X-Plane after a little hiatus, you guys, ain't gonna lie.
Squawk 1756.
We got our speed managed now.
1756 for squawk, 7154.
753 contact San Francisco Tower 120.5.
120.5, yeah.
NorCal departure.
Wee bit different than a helicopter or fighter jet.
2700.
Plus 424 NorCal departure radar contact. Hello.
She rolling, baby.
UPS 318 Heavy, climb maintain flight level 190.
Up to flight level 190, UPS 318 Heavy.
Plus 424, climb maintain 6000.
Climb maintain 6000, Southwest 424.
Now we can go flight level change. All right. At over 10,000, we'll go ahead and put the
UPS 318 Heavy, proceed direct KX.
Okay, was that direct kayak?
UPS 318 Heavy, affirmative, proceed direct KX.
Okay, we'll be going direct KX, UPS 318 Heavy.
7154 contact.
Alright, so boom, boom, and execute. We'll go ahead and make the turn before we get on autopilot.
Plus 424, climb maintain 10,000.
Up to 10,000, Southwest 424.
We are above 10,000, so landing lights can come off. There's no cabin announcements simply because we're just cargo crew here. Alright, she's a pleasure to hand fly. Okay, let's take a look here and see what speed we're supposed to be. Mach 8.17 there. Let's pitch the aircraft down a little bit. We're going to be coming to the right here in a second.
Aircraft approach 66, Mike is clear of 28 right at Juliet, headed to signature on Oakland here.
66 Mike, welcome to Oakland, taxi parking via Juliet Charlie.
Juliet Charlie, appreciate it, 66 Mike.
Southwest 424, proceed direct stick, climb, or correction, Susie, climb, maintain flight level 190.
Direct Susie and 190, Southwest 424.
Traffic's clear.
91717 passing
14,000.
on the
Yeah, I'm flowing it a lot longer than I thought I would. Probably because I've been flying DCS. And with DCS, you don't do a lot of autopilot as well. A lot of hand flying there. We're pretty much on those flight directors. Okay, we can hand it over to the autopilot. Autopilot has the aircraft. And flaps are up clean, indicating gear is up, landing lights are off. And we are doing good.
Heavy contact, NorCal, or correction contact, Oakland Center 132.2, Seattle.
Over to Oakland Center 32.2. Thanks for your ATC tonight. UPS 318 Heavy. We'll see you.
LR33, say request.
Good evening, Oakland Center. UPS 318 Heavy is 16,500. Climbing flight level 190, direct KX.
UPS 318 Oakland Center, climb tape level 330.
Up to flight level 330, UPS 318 Heavy. There's a little gnat in my face, man. Alright, up to 330. Aircraft is getting 313. We're going to continue our climb here. And of course, Mach 0.817 is what we're looking at KX, and that's at about 90 miles. So we're going to continue to climb here just so that we can keep a decent vertical speed and get up to where we need to be. Here in a second, we're going to go ahead and time now, go into the standard transition. Standard transition. Boom. Same here. Alright, standard transition. And of course.
Yes, 2062 Limerick to the east.
Hey baby, love you.
Love you, baby. Frequency change, bro.
Alright, Commander in Chief just came in. Okay, this one, I don't think there's a standard. Alright, y'all, and of course we can come here and
Oakland Center Southwest 424 is with you.
range that out a little bit. 40, we see got some traffic out there. Shouldn't be a factor.
424.
Keep an eye on that traffic, and let's get that those controls off for you guys, man. That was a pretty fun departure, man. What y'all think? What you guys think about that, man? Yeah, man. So happy to see everybody here. Looks like we got some good chatter there on VATSIM, and it looks like we also have Los Angeles Center on, and looks like there's quite a bit of aircraft there in the Los Angeles Center airspace right now. The KZLA, LAX. Ontario is not manned, but Los Angeles is. So. Not a bad departure out of Oakland, guys, here on this wonderful Thursday noche, man. Buen cocinado para mí, James. Oh, a veces mediana. La mitad entre de mediana y cocinado para mí, papá. James Johnson is saying, when I order a steak, how do I like it cooked, man? I like my steak pretty much dead, but I can do medium well. Maybe even medium slightly rare, just because my dad used to eat like that. And that's. But I'm not a big steak eater because we're not supposed to be eating a whole bunch of red meat, man.
66 radar contact.
Got to leave it alone, man. All right, back up front we go. We have no time to belabor. This flight is not that long. We're at 230 climbing. And we got this range at about 80. That traffic looks like it's a no factor. We got top of climb coming up here. Just here, probably at the 60 mark. As we continue to pass through flight level 244 or 24,400 feet. Still at 1,700 feet, pitching up. 11 minutes on the clock of about an hour flight. Looks like we're going to be going up into a little weather here. And no alerts up top. That's a good sign. And we're going to take a look at the anti-icing panel. There it is here, and I was kind of looking for it. I haven't flown this thing for a while. But we're going to be above the clouds, so nothing too major here, just a little bit of haze as we travel in. Now, the reason why I said we can't chill, we need to get our ILS information in there. Get rid of a couple of these charts here.
Center, UPS 2682,
come right here to this. And see that we're out to KX. So we can actually get rid of this. And start getting ready to plan for this. 258 1135. We can also see that here. 258 1135. So let's put that in there. 1135. And final approach course is 258. And the decision height is 1126. See if we can get 1126 barrel up in this bad boy. I hate it when it does that. It only goes there, so I basically wasted my time. Well, now here's the cool thing. So, if you guys don't understand the difference between radial and the barrel, again, this is something that even took me a while. Even Greenlight and I went back over and finally figured it out. And if you fly military aircraft, you kind of are forced to understand the relationship between barometric pressure, which is basically sea level. You're referencing everything sea level with your barometric pressure, versus radial is your above ground level, which you want to know your above ground level. And when you're getting your call outs, 500, 200, 300, that is all radial. That is the radial beam that shot off the aircraft from the radar to the ground to actually give you the above ground. So this is telling me at 200, all I need to do is leave my radial for 200, and it's most certainly still going to have me calling out my minimums, whether it's safe to continue the approach here at 1126, because you can measure it here. 926 is 200 feet below 1126, and so at radial, this is basically, that's why this is in parentheses, this is basically telling you that you can put your radial and set and keep it set for 200, which it is by default. And it's that way by default because most airfields, especially here in the United States, the minimum landing altitude to decide whether to continue the approach for the runway, usually on a lot of approach charts, is 200 feet above the above ground level. In this case, the above ground level is 1126, so that's why 926 would be the barometric setting. But we're going to use radial because, as you see in here, the aircraft doesn't even want to go past 999 feet barometric, so then it makes more sense to do radial because it's above that altitude. So we've got an aircraft here just right at our basically 1 to 2 o'clock here, 2,500 feet below us, traveling in a western direction here, northwestern if you will, as we travel south. And he just kind of fell off of our radial or off of our TCAS. So let's look we probably won't be able to see him. He's about 2,000 feet below us. Let's come over to this side here and see if we can see anything passing down there, man. There's a gnat in my face. All right, looking good there. We are on the move, baby. Okay, and we do have LA Center online. It'll be 3555. Okay, 3555 in the house. 17 minutes until our flying time, which we are scheduled to be in the air for an hour and 1 minute.
96, Sky NorCal approach 133.5.
Sorry, say the frequency again for Delta 1596.
133.95.
33.95, Delta 1596.
Alright, it's actually nice to get some tunes in there for once instead of being so rigid with DCS, man. You guys know it takes a lot of concentration, man. How's everybody's summer going so far? Mine's going pretty dope.
Affirmative, squawk 1756, climb maintain, flight level 350. Squawk 1756, climb maintain, flight level 350.
Just texting my homie Money really quick.
Good evening, Airtel 216, we are south of the Mustang VR, Foxtrot Mike Golf.
There we go. Just congratulating Money. One of his sons graduated.
Climb maintain, flight level 350.
Yeah, so my summer's going pretty good. Not that you asked, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway because you guys watching. I got something to talk about. Sounded kind of rough. However, yeah, going pretty good. I live close to a Navy base, like literally 15 minutes. And, you know, one of the benefits of being a veteran still with my military ID card is I can access the base with my family independence.
Calling me, say again?
So we've been using the pool there, man, and the pool is lovely. Nothing like a military base swimming pool to go there to make sure the pH levels and our water pH levels are great. The chlorine is great. It's very clean. I like the strictness on safety. And I'm always meeting in this town that I live in because my older brother lives in this town too. I'm always meeting people that think I'm him. Or they're looking at me like, hey, we know you from somewhere. I'm like, nah, you don't. It's my brother. Because he was in the Navy, of course. I was in the hands-on Army, you know. So we've been enjoying that, man. We're gonna head to the pool tomorrow too, man, and get it in. You know, I gotta work on this tan. Gotta cut the grass first. We ain't talking about that.
Oakland Center 125.85.
We're not talking about that, man. All right, y'all. So let me also say this. Captain Will says, thanks for the explanation. Oh, you're welcome, Captain Will. I'm assuming you're referring to the barometric and the radio. Yeah, no worries, man. It can be sometimes confusing for sure, to say the least. I was getting ready to say something prior to that. Oh, the grass. I can't even think of what it was now, man. But hopefully they'll come back to me.
5-5.
Yep, 5x5. He is. Let's see how much longer we got to go till Los Angeles Center airspace. Okay, we got a few minutes, but not I can anticipate it's going to take too long.
36. Say it again.
Yeah, guys, man. So, like I said, it is good to be back flying for sure, you guys. ¿Cuándo vas a comer?
7154, contact Los Angeles Center at 135.55. 135.55 Los Angeles Center.
Sí, son descuentos, James Johnson. En español, discounts, descuentos. Ajá. Sí, claro que sí. Siempre pregunto cuando voy a comer con mi familia en un restaurante. Siempre estoy preguntando si me dan este descuento militar. So he's just asking, do I use my military ID for discounts? And I absolutely do, man. Hey, sometimes it pays to get shot at. And the cool thing about the pool on base, man, it's 100% free. You know, and so it feels good to go there and still, you know, they still call me Sergeant. You know, they still, like I said, I'm meeting people there that know my brother. And my brother's obviously a veteran too. So it's, you know, it's like a little cool little community here when you know a lot of the people and then they know your brother as well and you're all veterans. So yeah, I use my discount for show. I go shopping at the commissary or the naval exchange. When I was in the Army on base, they're called post exchanges, but it's the same company, AFES, which is basically a retail store that has been permanently contracted by the Department of Defense for military bases. Yeah, y'all, so there you go. So we're cruising. Let's take a look here really quick at what we got here on our multi-function display. We got an aircraft that's just now, yeah, I think he's still the one we saw before. He's about 2,000 feet below us. We got top of descent coming up pretty soon here, guys. So if we want to take a look at that, man, top of descent's only with 91 nautical miles. So not a whole lot of not a whole lot of traveling, man. Yeah, okay, so Money's kid was graduating in 8th grade, so we had one of those 8th grade ceremonies. That was straight G'd up. So we'll see what time, if we're going to do another leg or not, once we get into Ontario here, since I got this flight started so late. You know what I mean? Alright. Got it so late because X-Plane was tripping. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our arrival and where the cargo ramp is. I've never even flown a cargo plane over here, so general aviation. I mean, I know these are the terminals. This international, Terminal 1. So this is basically, south cargo ramp right here. I don't know what ramp this may be here. That might be general aviation. But here's the south cargo ramp here between Papa and Sierra. And let's see, it doesn't indicate the northern cargo ramp. It'd be nice. They're saying, hey, south cargo ramp. It'd be nice if you would also indicate the northern cargo ramp. Which they, in fact, have not indicated that to you, boy. Captain Will says, yeah, I'm glad you broke down the Barrow versus radio and charts. Me being new to flight sim, I'm not sure how to accurately read all the info that's on the approach plates. Thanks for teaching. Hey, no problem. The larger ramp Y is the UPS ramp. Okay, the larger ramp by Y. Thank you, green light. Let me see where he's talking about, man. Oh, okay, over here. Okay, got you. Okay, que Six Flags y Disney tienen descuentos militar también, no soy seguro, pero creo que sí. Sí, me ofrecen descuentos también, papá, como Knoxbury Farm, pero aquí yo puedo comprar los boletos en el base. So, por ejemplo, si yo quiero ir a Disneylandia o Six Flags o un parque aquí para divertirnos, entonces puedo ir al base y tienen una oficina donde venden boletos que incluye el descuento, ya incluye el descuento. Barrel, not bad. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I know what you meant, my G.
Coming to me on 127.905.
Alright. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries for sure.
Good evening, crew near 103 passing.
And thank you, Green Light, for letting me know where that's at, my G. So the larger ramp Yankee is the UPS ramp. So that's where we'll be going. We look like we're going to be doing a gangster back taxi. Let us see if they have given us... Oh, they gave us ATIS. The Los Angeles Center's on it. Boy, they got a grip of fields with ATIS. They got... let's see. Santa Barbara, Burbank, LAX, Oakland, Ontario. Yeah, there's a bunch of... So Ontario is 24, 25. do 2425. See if it's available.
Initial contact. You have information hotel.
So hotel.
Ontario International Airport ATIP information hotel 02530. Web 250 at 10. Visibility 10. Fuel clouds at 2,500. 20,000 standard. Temperature 19er. 2.13.
Richie 7 departure.
29er 88. ILS runway 26 left approach to you.
That's all I needed to hear. 26 left to approach.
Iron Man
All right.
2.
No tengo miedo de los roller coasters, James, pero que ya que yo tengo 45, no tengo la razón para meterme para lastimar mi cuerpo. James Johnson is asking me, am I scared of roller coasters? And absolutely not. I just don't want to get my body banged around anymore. But I used to ride them all the time, no problem. What about you, James? Copy of sorts is in the house, man. What up, you my G? Good to see you as always, homie. We got some busy SoCal Airways tonight. So I'm thinking about next stream still doing some Dash 8 ops in Hawaii. I don't know. Oh, this is what I was going to say earlier. Man, I flew that when I did my last stream with the Peckham 2 Tango 2006, whatever it is. That last General Aviation plane that I flew in Hawaii, I decided to then try the Magnite 787. And I was able to have a good landing. I did a short flight from LAX to Las Vegas. The wing flex looks horrible. It basically looks like the wings are doing this, which doesn't look good. And they lost the capability to do the airplane configuration, which is where you import SimBrief and then also do the different zones and look at the gross weight and the center of gravity, as well as the VNAV on approach on the ILS is horrible. I'm not even going to fly that plane for you guys because I don't understand why they wouldn't have just waited to extend the update when it was at least those things were done. So I'm a little disappointed in the Mag 19 that not only were no noticeable changes made in the aircraft's capabilities. For example, I was thinking, hey, this was their opportunity to fix the plan mode, right? Because you need that mode if you're doing a long flight and you don't have the plan mode. You want to make sure your flight is continuous. You want to make sure your waypoints are where they're at, because certain fixes and VORs are redundant over the globe. So sometimes you got 3 or 4 of the same VOR and you need to verify that you actually have selected the right one and it looks right on your route. So I'm not impressed at all. So not only did they not fix the plan mode, it lost other capabilities, and I still like the way it looks on the inside. The engines sound okay and all that, but it's not enjoyable when you are not sure that you can, especially if it's in IMC conditions, follow an ILS, you know? Yeah. Okay, yeah. James Johnson has said the same as him. He's 50 years old and he has 2 years for 50. Oh, okay, he's 48. My bad. He's 48 and he's got 2 years until he's 50. Yeah, and I'm just not trying to get my body banged around, man. Those roller coasters, man, they be jamming you around, your shoulders jamming into your neck. You know what I'm saying? Your back's being blown out. No thanks. No thanks, man. Oh, look, in Los Angeles Center just went offline, so looks like we don't have any more ATC for LA Center. He just went offline. Cool. And Oakland Center, UPS 318 Heavy. I noticed that I've left your airspace. Would you like me to grab switch over to Unicom?
Affirmative.
Thanks for your ATC. See you next time, UPS 318 Heavy. Alright, so he just went offline. Let's do our 1228 and bye, y'all. Okay, now another thing that we need to do is we need to go right back onto the VNav. Start bringing this down. Okay, we got not far to go now until we start our descent. 16 nautical miles to go. And one thing that we should have done on the Ziggy, let's get Ziggy with it, is double check certain altitudes. Okay, let's just double check this. Flavor 250, 1400. 250, 1200. So that's a little off, but that's what to expect. We don't have ATC, so I'm cool with what it's set at already. Okay, and then at Ziggy, we can be at 7,800 feet. Ziggy's got it at 56. So let's change this. Ziggy, we want... actually, no, we can be at basically 4,700 here. Passing there, 7,800. Let's look at our chart here. They want us at Pettis, the initial fix there. We need to at least be let's see, 29 at Tesray. So yeah, about 36 at Pettis. 42. Let's see, Yuckuk. What do we got Yuckuk at? 36. Above 36. I think I'm gonna ride with what's over in here. Only Pettis, we're not gonna be going that fast. Pettis, we want to be 180 slash 4227. Ziggy. Okay, Ziggy to Pettis. We've only got 5.4, so we're going to be at 190 there. Actually, I'll do you one better. We'll be 200 there. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all. There we go. Ontario surrounding traffic. UPS 318 Heavy, Boeing 767-300 Foxtrot. Vacated flight level 330 now at flight level 312. Direct to Zardy, descending on the Ziggy 7, expecting runway 26 left transition for Ontario traffic. Alright guys, we are on our way down. We'll be getting the music off here shortly. 35 minutes into the flight. We're getting there nice and spiffy. Nice and spiffy, y'all. Nice and spiffy. If I'm back from the pool early enough tomorrow, they're doing a Miami Friday night ops. Thinking about doing that, man. Thinking about it, man. Let's check something here. My man Greenlight definitely gave us the trusty GPS ramp. Y'all, we doing it big. Alright, that's a good place to stop. Some música, that song is done. Okay guys, we are on approach. Runway once again is 10,000 feet plus 10,200. And we did have a confirmed altimeter of 2988. But being is that Los Angeles Center gave up on us, let's run the METAR again. We'll run it again. So I switched over to Jamaican knot. 240 at 8 knots. Altimeter is 2990, so we can put that in a standby altimeter now. Let's slide over to the first officer side, make this easy as well. Looks good to me. And of course, here is our arrival. Basically, nice little smooth motion right into Ontario, guys. So it's a pretty seamless arrival that we got going on here. Alright, let's continue this on down. We're going to set it all the way down right to our Maltese Cross. Well, that's that U-cup. That's one fix before there. And we're still looking good on our descent. Let's see if we can get the data on here for all of our actual waypoints. Okay, there's the route data there. And it'll give you the altitude that we're scheduled to be there, of course, and the time. So Palmdale, we're supposed to be at 15,586. Palmdale 15,586, so that's accurate. And we got about 14 miles to go. 1950 on the vertical speed on a descent. It's looking good here. Let's come here now and determine, with the wind being at 8 knots, we're still going to plan for a full flaps landing. There's nothing gusting. So for a full flaps landing, we're doing, and see it's got the ILS over here, 111.35.258. 111.35.258. That looks good. We're going to do a full flaps landing here today. So we will put in 144 there. So our approach speed, that's funny how it says 144, but when I clicked it, it calculated for 143. So our approach speed will be roughly about 150 knots coming into the Ontario area. Let's actually come right over here, and it is partly cloudy, so I'm glad that we're definitely doing the ILS. And full flaps landing means that we're not going to be going as fast as we normally would, so we'll still rock this with a auto brakes 3. And remember, full flaps landing, there's more drag on the aircraft, so it's a more of an opportunity for us to set it down slightly harder, just because, you know, we're going to be compensating for that drag. And with that drag on there, the throttle changes as you basically pull the power out or retard the throttles. The drag makes it to where the plane slows down a lot quicker, so we'll be conscientious of that. Let's do our checks here, guys. Okay, Okay, we've got our auto brake set to 3. We've confirmed we're doing flaps 30, which is full flaps landing here. Let's go ahead and arm the speed brake. Speed brake is armed. We're going to check recall. We hit recall, no messages. We are now in the phase where we need to put the altimeters into the current altimeter setting because we're below transition. $2990, that's looking good. And 2990. Ontario traffic, UPS 318 heavy is descending via the Ziggy 7 direct to flavor 26 less transition, full stop, Ontario traffic. Alright, y'all. We are on our way in, and definitely no chances of us seeing that airport in this basin here. But essentially we're going to come down and around, I believe, right through this area over here, and I believe the airport's going to be right over here. So it's like big, long right traffic, if you will. See if I come down here and see if there's a terrain feature. It's traffic, weather, navigate. Should have some terrain on here. Range. Let's go up a little bit here. Okay, here we go. Alright, so you're going to get the terrain there. It's testing itself. So, as I assumed, we're going to be going right through that little, basically, pass here. As we come in, we're going to make our right turn here at Ziggy, and that'll be where we continue our right traffic. So, pretty much probably going to come right through this little opening here. Excuse me. As we continue our approach in. Okay, let's once again go ahead and double check. Here, 26 left. We exit stage left, so potentially here on Foxtrot and or Sierra. C 47, 777, 330, 40 or large aircraft on taxiway Sierra is prohibited. So they would not be able to stay here on Sierra, but good thing we're not that large. And right here around Yankee. So we're going to take Sierra 5 down to Yankee, and this is the UPS cargo area according to green light. And there we go. Straight in here. Direct to Flavor, then Magic, then Hesp, then Hilltop. Then we go right into the right turn to Nitty. Then Ziggy, then on to the initial approach fix there with another right turn, which is this NDB here, which is Pettis. NDB 397 Sierra Bravo. Turn right to final and line up. HD saying, what kind of ortho are you running? This is just B-States ortho here for this part of the world, but I also do use ortho for XP. Okay, guys, you can see speed bleeding. We're right at 10,000. All landing lights are on at this time as we continue our descent. And And you can see here we are still planned to be at speed, at altitude, which we already planned here. Once we get Ziggy direct to Pettis, we should start our slowdown to 180, catch Pettis, and then continue the approach in there. We'll get our localizer established and take it from there. Aircraft's pitching down at 800 feet per minute. Don't forget that our minimums are 1126, 200 feet above. We got this in the radial mins now. It says barrel, but we're really in the radial. So if you come here, and actually I take that back. Let's switch this. Now we're radial, and so I was doing it on the wrong one before. So there is a possibility that so it's still radio. I just had the wrong one selected, so it was automatically by default on the radio. I switched it to barrel. There we go. So radio 200 feet. Radio 200 feet, doing good. Let's get a look out here, and we're getting ready to go right through this pass. And this is the Cajon Pass, guys. This takes you from the high desert down to the LA Basin. So it's probably the highway right here going to the Cajon Pass. Ontario's over here. So we'll come down, and this is the Inland Empire down through this area, guys. Right now we're coming out of the high desert. .8,000, speed's looking good. First stage of flaps, we will bring that in, of course, once we get below 250, flaps 5, below 230. We could technically run that now. Ontario traffic, UPS 318 Heavy direct to high top on the Ziggy 7. We'll be transitioning at NDB Pettis for runway 26 left, full stop. Okay, here we go. SoCal approach 2850. Was it 050?
Well, Unit 2117 on the center is offline. Later serves the terminated frequency change group today. And 4 Kilo Foxtrot, SoCal departure 243.
SoCal departure 124.3 to 94 Kilo Foxtrot.
Third wing 4601 radar contact. River 1 at X radar contact, just to be in the Ontario airport.
How close those clouds, those mountains are.
Terrain, 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 terrain.
And SoCal approach, UPS 318 Heavy descending via the Ziggy 7 direct to Nitty, planning runway 26 left.
UPS 318 SoCal approach low, reduce the speed 180.
180 on the speed, UPS 318 Heavy.
UPS 318 Heavy, maintain 6,000.
Maintain 6,000, UPS 318 Heavy.
Stop your climb, no need to just stop your descent, no need to climb anymore.
Okay, we won't climb anymore for UPS 318 Heavy, slowing to 180. Alright. Put some brakes out.
Sure.
Stopped our climb, so that's good. Speed check, flaps 5. Cancel that alert. And at 180, we could even do flaps 15.
UPS 318 Heavy, descend and maintain 3,600.
Down to 3,600, UPS 318 Heavy.
UPS 318 Heavy, cross Pettus at or about 3,600, cleared ILS for 26 left approach.
Okay, cross Pettus at 3,600 above, cleared ILS 26 left approach for UPS 318 Heavy.
Sure, X4601, LA Center's offline, radio service terminated, frequency chain approved today.
Alright, speed brakes are all checked. And don't forget our final approach speed is going to be about 150. There we go. Technically we should come here, do our speeds here. VREF is 143. Then we're doing 150. That's pretty much all we need, mates. And we're going to be making our left turn here.
424, contact LA Tower 120.95.
Going to tower, southwest 424, thanks.
Localizers captured.
Alaska 2710, runway 27, clear to land.
Gears coming down.
Alaska 2710.
Speed's being reduced to 170. Localizers captured. We're waiting for that glide slope. Speed check. Flaps 20. Gear is down 3 green. Flaps 25 is 180. Flaps 25 is selected. Alright, that nose is balanced.
Runway 26 left, clear to land.
Runway 26 left, cleared to land. UPS 318 Heavy. Alright, y'all. There's our final approach speed. And speed brakes are 100% arm. Auto brake is set. Gear is down 3 green. Landing lights are on. The go around mode is on there. And we can get our last stage of flaps at 170. We're right at 169. Let's wait for that speed to bleed just a little bit. 167. Speed check. Full flaps. Flaps full. Check.
Radio check.
Okay.
Alright, guys. Let's get her on in. My aircraft. Pitching her down.
Speeder 1 at X-ray, heavy contact LA Tower 120.95, good day.
12095, Speeder 1 at X-ray, see ya.
Approach is stable. Just picking up a little speed here.
SoCal approach, Cherokee, November 2827 Foxtrot at Van Nuys, holding at Alpha, requesting taxi to runway 16 left with Yankee.
327 Foxtrot, SoCal departure, looking for VFR somewhere, what's your aircraft type?
Okay, we're right on the glide slope.
Papa 28 Alpha,
Check.
flight uniform.
Alright, 32 Tango 7 Foxtrot, runway 16 right taxi via Alpha. Let me know once you're ready, or let me know if your direction of flight.
see another aircraft there, so hopefully he's
Good evening,
holding short.
SoCal, Alaska 818's on the ILS 25 right.
Alaska 818, SoCal approach squawk 4747. Next time send out with the ICAO code, not the IATA. That's Alpha Sierra Alpha.
Right about that.
500.
November 227 Foxtrot, taxiing to 16 right via Alpha, requesting right crosswind departure.
Expect that.
Speed's looking
18
good.
radar contact.
Have a nice profile for runway 26 left arrival.
Holding short.
Traffic is holding short.
Ontario,
Landing.
departure.
Holding Lima Sierra. Or Charlie Papa Lima
Check.
Sierra. Hold short of runway. Actually runway 26 left, flat point across my turbine 76. Heavy 76. Departs. Or arrives parallel. Arrives 26 left. Jesus.
We're
Marshals
holding
are out.
short 26 left at Ontario for Papa Lima Mike Sierra.
Oscar 5, or Legion 562 or 20 quick land.
Speed is bleeding. 90 knots. 80 knots. Let's roll it out. Flaps are coming up. And welcome it in, guys. Flaps are coming up. And we can vacate right here. Thank you, green light. Says beautiful. Appreciate you. HC says good stuff. Hey, appreciate you, HD. You know, we got to do what we can do. We do what we got to do, man. Thank you guys, though, for saying that. And we are merging on to, looks like, Kilo. We are holding Kilo, short of Sierra. And SoCal approach. UPS 318 Heavy is clear. Runway 26 left on Kilo, holding short Sierra, requesting a taxi to the Yankee UPS ramp.
UPS 318 taxi to parking via Sierra. Good night.
Taxi to parking via Sierra. You have a good night as well. UPS 318 Heavy. Alright, you guys. Nose gears on. Flaps are up.
We're at
Auto brakes is disarmed.
we'd like to request
And man, we did good, man.
approach into Camarillo.
Alright, let's taxi it in. Guys, welcome to Captain Will says nice one. Appreciate you. Welcome into Ontario Mills International Airport here in the Inland Empire here in Southern California.
Take a left downwind departure. Runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Downwind departure.
Definitely enjoyable flight. I didn't think we were going to have any ATC. We got in early, 59 minutes. Clock is stopped.
Yeah, we'd like the VOR.
Flying time was an hour and 1 minute. We got it done. We got it done, y'all. And under the flying time, so cargo will be here on time. Clock time is 59 minutes, guys. Aircraft is all cleaned up.
Affirmative.
Let's verify APU is in fact running.
314 local, clear direct Van Nuys. Cross Van Nuys out above 4,400, cleared VOR, runway 26 approach.
Alright, direct Van
APU is in
Nuys.
fact running.
Van Nuys out above 4,400, clear for the approach. VOR approach.
Generator is running, so we're good to go. And let's taxi it in, guys.
SoCal approach, Cherokee November 227 Foxtrot, holding
Hope you guys
short.
enjoyed that. I
runway
enjoyed
16
flying with you guys for
requesting
sure.
right crosswind departure.
Definitely enjoyed flying with you guys, no doubt. Without a shadow of doubt in my mind, it was very enjoyable. Given the time this evening, I think this is going to be my only leg.
SoCal approach, good evening. Ryanair 102 Heavy is descending out of 18.8.
If you guys were like, hey Dre, we're flying with it, the next leg might have been able to
102 heavy SoCal approach.
think about doing another one, but I think I'm just going to make this one leg. It was a good return to X-Plane 12 after having some issues.
Information Charlie, Ryanair 102 Heavy.
Alright, look at that, beautiful. Beautiful Cessna Grand Caravan.
Left will be okay. Ryanair 102 Heavy.
That looked like a pretty nice takeoff.
Center 05, my relay to cancel IFR.
365 Mike IFR cancellation for the squawk VFR quick change move today.
Scorpio 4 over Unicom. Thanks, number 5 by Mike.
So nice arrival here into Ontario International Airport.
Cherokee November 2827 Foxtrot.
More cargo than we can handle.
Requesting warm
Okay, we're going to do right on Sierra 5 and bring it into the ramp. Thank you, James, for saying a great landing. Muchísimas gracias, papá. Tratamos, te digo, tratamos siempre.
Mic check.
5 by 5. I was trying to pop up Lima Mike Sierra, SoCal departure. Freak change proof, get it.
We still got it in X-Plane. I wanted to fly a big boy, too. Since we hadn't streamed in a while, I wanted to get a big boy in there, so we definitely got this.
SoCal approach, this is Cherokee.
I might even be streaming this again on the next one. It was such an enjoyable. I wanted to go to Salt Lake City, but it's like a 2-hour flight. I don't want to be up too late. I got a lot of work tomorrow, man.
Run 6 right, let's take off.
Clear for takeoff.
Right cross on departure.
Right crosswind departure, runway 16 right. Copy. 27 Foxtrot.
Oscar 818, contact LA Tower 120 for 905.
Super Tower, thanks for the help, Alaska 18.
Oh, not a bad landing, guys. Remember, that was a full flaps landing, so... See if we can get in where we fit in down here. Again, thank you, Green Light, for letting me know which ramp is what. You can see everybody's kind of mixing it in down here, playing nice.
And like new mix for rings 4601 with you out of the 9,500 for 7,000.
4601, SoCal approach low, LA altimeter 2992.
SoCal approach, November 294, Kilo Foxtrot, 3 miles south of Santa Monica, VOR, 6,000.
Or 294 Kilo Foxtrot, SoCal. Say approach requesting Camarillo Airport.
We'll take the Arnav Yankee, way to sit, 24 Kilo Foxtrot.
Expect that.
Alright, let's get a look.
Clear direct Swana. Cross Swana at about 4,400. Cleared Arnav for 926 approach. Arnav Yankee or 926 approach.
Clear direct Swana, cross Swana out of above 4,400 and clear Arnav Yankee approach, 24 Kilo.
Alright.
And approach for rings
Bada bing, bada boom. And we can immediately, generators connected, guys. We can literally get that off, get those bleeds off.
Cleared direct Tornado. It's on the transition for the ILS 25 left. Cross Tornado at 5,000. Cleared ILS 25 left.
Turn the aircraft off, man. We could even get the isolation valves back on, y'all. We're going to turn this off. We're going to get our red beacon off. The rest of our wonderful landing lights off. We didn't have any marshaller on there. And we can turn our fuel pumps down now.
2054 SoCal approach and altimeter 2992. Expecting on Zulu 24 right from Dodger.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Vectors to final, please, for Delta 2054.
Definitely enjoyable. Nice little flight with you guys. Nice, short, sweet, to the point.
XILS 24 right, vectors Delta 2054.
And we can get the window heats off now. No anti-ice was needed. We can get our hydraulics off, guys. And we can leave the generators. APU is on. Fuel pumps are off. And, of course, we can release the pasajeros for what they are. All that they've done, because they are our workers as well, guys. Let's also come down here and get our situation off, man. Mi negocio no es un non-profit. I'm for profit. I am for profit. Alright, y'all. We made it in. You know it's time to get some of this stuff off. You know what's up, y'all. You know what's up. You know I'm about to disappear. And we are going to get right into the replay, man.
2,600 for Grid Air 102 Heavy.
There we go. All right, and look, and Los Angeles Center's back on now. Ain't that crazy, man? That's all right though. We handle that. And let's get some replays, guys, and then get on up out of here for the evening. All right. She was flowing in quite nicely, mates. And this is probably like the 60 here. 60 west or the 10. This might even be the 10. Which runs east and west, and obviously we're landing west. But we were 100% on the way in, y'all. Y'all know how we did it. And y'all know how we do it. Appreciate you guys for riding on board today. Alright, looks like for once we got a good tower view. Let's watch her come in. In the meantime, big up to my lovely wife. Love you, baby, and the kids for checking in. D-Champ checked in first and foremost with my boy Greenlight. Retired firefighter was in the house with his Senor James Johnson. Thank you, boys, for checking in. 100%. My man Spawnin checked in. 100%. Thank you. HD Simulation is in the house. My fellow content creator and Real G. Thank you, HD. If you're streaming, I'm going to check you out. We set my boy Spawnin, but I always can say Spawnin again, man. Big up Spawnin. Thank you for riding along. Captain Will was also in the house, man. Chatting it up, man. So again, big up to retired firefighter and Captain Will. Let's see, Coffee of Sorts checked in as well, which is always a pleasure to hear from you, my G. And that's it. HD says 10. He's saying don't leave. And there goes our touchdown there, right in the touchdown zone, keeping that nose up. Pretty much center line, y'all. Pretty much center line. That's how we roll there. Don't worry, y'all. Now that I got my X-Plane back configured, definitely got some X-Plane streams coming up. Definitely enjoyed this. I think HD's saying he's going to stream at 10 my time. Because he says 10. So I'm assuming he'll be streaming here shortly. It is 9:42, so a couple more minutes. And that's why I'm glad I didn't do another leg. I'd have been flying to midnight. Wifey would have had some choice words. You take care as well. And there goes that wonderful touchdown there. Right in the touchdown zone. Our flap selection along with our auto brake was right on point. Oh, okay, he's going to drop a video tomorrow. My bad, HD. Hey, we was just trying to make sure we didn't miss you. I was trying to get in there with him. Like, hey, my boy HD streaming. No, oh yeah, the 10 freeway. Okay, yes, got you, HD. Got you. Yeah, 10 freeway, yep. Yeah, and I thought about the 60. The 60 is a little further over. That's why I said, yeah, I believe it was the 10 as well. Look at HD knowing our highways over here like a real G. Alright, let's do one of these views that my lovely spousal unit likes. This is the view where you can't hide from, y'all. Happy Father's Day, retired firefighter. Yes, thank you for saying that. I forgot. It is going to be this weekend for Father's Day, so about to get them kids ready to rub some feet. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, totally, it is going to be Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all of you guys. I know a lot of you G's are happy, such as myself. And there's where we just set her down, guys. Let that nose wheel fall so that we can ball. You guys like that? That's a little rhyme I did for you guys. Don't use that if you're not ready to use that one, okay? And you guys enjoy these rest of these wing replays. God bless each and every one of you. This is by far one of the shortest streams I've done in quite some time, but at least we got an X-Plane stream in and more to come, guys. So like I was trying to tell everyone, I have not forgot about X-Plane, so we were able to get it in. No sé qué voy a hacer. Tengo que preguntar a mis hijos y mi esposa. As far as I know, I'm gonna be pampered. Mother-in-law live in Chino down the street from Ontario. Oh, okay, I got you. That makes sense, HC. That's why you know these highways, my G. That's what's up, HD. Nonetheless, man, God bless each and every one of you. Don't forget to be tenacious, stay tenacious, believe in yourself, follow your dreams, respect others, give others, treat others as you would want to be treated as well, man. And you know what? Keep some of your old school ways, because we got to teach this young generation that working hard and not getting everything when you want it, it's okay. Life's gonna be okay, man. Love you guys, man. Take care. I'm your boy Dre. Enjoy the replays, man, and we'll be back at it again hopefully tomorrow. Peace.